Hello friend, good morning. Today we have to discuss the time lag for a breakdown. We have to consider the time lag for breakdown. The mechanism of spark breakdown is considered as a function of ionization process under uniform field condition. But in practical engineering design, the breakdown due to rapidly changing voltages or impulse voltages is of great importance. Actually, there is a time difference between the application of voltage sufficient to cause breakdown, the occurrence of breakdown itself. This time difference is called as time lag. The Tausson's criteria for breakdown is satisfied only if at least one electron is present in the gap between the electrodes. In the case of applied DC or slowly varying voltage, there is no difficulty in satisfying this condition. However, with a rapidly varying voltage of short duration, the initiatory electron may not be present in the gap, and in the absence of such electron, breakdown cannot occur. The time t which lapses between the application of voltage sufficient to cause breakdown, the appearance of the initiating electron is called as statical time lag Ts of the gap as shown in figure, as well as the appearance of electron is usually statically distributed after the appearance of electron. A time t of t is required for the ionization process to develop fully to cause the breakdown of the gap, and this time is called as formative time lag, and the total time t, it will be given by Ts plus t of t is called as total time lag. We have to shown in the figure. The statical time lag depends upon the amount of pre-ionization present in the gap. This in turn depends on the size of the gap and the quantity of radiation that produces the primary electrons. The appearance of such electrons is usually statically distributed. The techniques generally used for irradiating the gaps includes the ultraviolet radiations, radioactive materials, and light sources. The formative time lag depends mostly on the mechanism of avalanche growth in the gap. In case where the secondary electrons are produced only due to the bombardment of the cathode by the positive ions, and the transient time of the positive ions from the anode to cathode will be predominantly contribute for the formative time lag. The formative time lag is usually much shorter than the statical time lag, and therefore statical time lag can be determined by measuring the total time lag of the system. We have to discuss the voltage time characteristic. For that purpose, we have to show here two figures. When an impulse voltage of value V or higher is applied to the gap, breakdown will occur on each voltage application. The time lag will then depends on the rate of rise of the applied voltage and the field uniformity. Therefore, such a gap configuration, it is possible to construct hold time characteristic by applying a number of impulses of increasing magnitude and recording the time lag using oscilloscope, and the representative plot of such a characteristic we have to shown in the figure first. And uniform and fairly non-uniform gaps, the characteristic is sharply defined and rise steeply with increasing the rate of rise of the applied voltage. In a non-uniform field gap, there will be large scatter in the results, and the time to breakdown will be less sensitive to the rate of rise of applied voltage Hence, fairly uniform field gap such as spare gaps are often used as protective device against the overvoltages in electric power system. The voltage time characteristic is an important property of any insulating structure or equipment. It provides a basis for establishing the impulse strength of the insulation as well as for design of the protective levels against the overvoltage in the power system. For breakdown to occur, applied voltage V should greater than the static breakdown voltage Vs as shown in figure first. The difference in voltages, that is delta V, is the V minus Vs, is called as a overvoltage, and the ratio of V divided by Vs is called as impulse ratio. The variation of T with overvoltage will be as shown in figure first. The hold time characteristic of different electrical apparatus are very important in insulation coordination system. Then we have to discuss the streamer theory of breakdown in gases. Taussend's mechanism when applied to the breakdown at atmospheric pressure was found to have certain drawbacks. Firstly, according to the Taussend's theory, current growth occurs as a result of ionization process only, but in practice, breakdown voltages were found to depend on the gas pressure and the geometry of the gap. And second one is the mechanism predicts the time lag of the order 10 raised to minus 5 second, while in actual practice breakdown was observed to occur at very short time of the order of 10 raised to minus 8 second. Also, while the Taussend's mechanism predicts very diffused form of discharge, in actual practice discharge were found to filamentary and irregular. In the image we have to shown the field distribution in gap due to the space charge. In this image we have to shown the formation of secondary avalanche due to the photoionization. When lights will be fallen on the cathode, there will be formation of positive and negative ions and they will be moved towards the anode. On the basis of experimental observation, proposed an empirical expression for the streamer spark criteria of the form alpha into xc is equal to 17.7 plus log of xc plus log of er divided by E, where er is the space charged field directed radially at the head of the avalanche and E is the applied field. The condition for the transition from the avalanche to the streamer assume that the space charge field E approaches that externally applied field, and hence the breakdown criteria becomes alpha into xc is equal to 17.7 plus log of xc. The minimum breakdown value for the uniform field gap by streamer theory of breakdown in gases mechanism is then obtained on the assumption that transition from an avalanche to the streamer occurs when the avalanche has just crossed a gap D. Thus, minimum breakdown voltage by streamer mechanism occurs only when critical length xc is equal to D. Meek proposed a simple quantitative criteria to estimate the electric field that transforms an avalanche to streamer. The field ER produced by the space charge at radius r is given by ER is equal to 5.27 into 10 raised to minus 7 alpha into exponential of alpha x divided by p raised to 1 by 2 whole per centimeter, where alpha is the Taussend's first ionization coefficient, p is the gas pressure in torr, x is the distance to which streamer theory of breakdown in gases has extended in the gap. According to Meek, and the minimum breakdown voltage is obtained when ER is equal to E and X is equal to D. In the above equation, the equation simplifies into alpha into D plus log of alpha divided by P is equal to 14.5 plus log of E divided by P plus half of log of D divided by P. This equation is solved between alpha by P and E divided by P, at which given P and D satisfies the equation, and the breakdown voltage is given by the corresponding product of E and D. We have to discuss the Paschen's breakdown or Paschen's law. It has been shown earlier that Paschen's breakdown criterion gases is given as gamma of exponential alpha d minus 1 is equal to 1, where the coefficient alpha and gamma are the function of E divided by P, that is alpha divided by P is equal to function f1 bracket of E divided by P, and gamma is equal to function f2 E divided by P, that is E is equal to V divided by D. Substituting for E having in the expression of for alpha and gamma, we have to writing the new equation, that is F2 V divided by PD into exponential of PD F1 of V divided by PD minus 1 is equal to 1. This equation shows the relation between V and PD and implies that breakdown voltage varies as the product of PD, and knowing the nature of function F1 and F2 as written in equation, that is V is equal to F of PD, this equation is known as Paschen's law. This diagram shows the Paschen's curve and the relation between V and PD. We have to shown here in the figure, and it is since that the relation between V and PD is not linear and has minimum value for any gas. We have to take on V on the y-axis and PD on the x-axis for drawing the Paschen's curve. The means that the breakdown voltage of a uniform field gap is a unique function of the product of P and the gas pressure and D and the electrode gap for particular gas and for given electrode material. According to that, the breakdown will be depends. Here we have to show the breakdown voltage PD curve for SF6 gas for understanding purpose. In order to account for the effect of temperature, the Paschen's breakdown is generally stated as V is equal to F of Nd, where capital N is the density of the gas molecule. This is necessary because the pressure of the gas changes with temperature according to the gas law. PV is equal to nRT, where V is the volume of the gas, T is the temperature, R is the constant. Based on the experimental result, the breakdown potential of air is expressed as a power function in PD as V is equal to 24.22 into 293 PD divided by 760 T plus 6.08 into 293 PD divided by 760 T raised to 1 by 2. It may be noted from the above formula that the breakdown voltage at constant pressure and temperature is not constant. At 760 torr and 293 Kelvin temperature, the equation, that is E is equal to V divided by D, N is equal to 24.22 plus 6.08 divided by root D kilovolt per centimeter. This equation yields a limit value for E of 24 kV per centimeter for long gap and a value of 30 kV per centimeter for 1, which means a pressure of 760 torr at 20 degrees Celsius with 1 centimeter gap. This is the usually quoted the breakdown strength of air at room temperature and atmospheric pressure. Thank you, friend. These are the streamer theory and Passion's theory of breakdown of gases. Thank you.